The air was thick with smoke and fire. The ground shook with every blast. Human soldier Tom ran across the broken ruins of Varnes, a planet once full of life and beauty. Now it was only dust and war. Tom held his rifle tight, moving carefully through the rubble of an old alien city. He was part of the Earth's Peace Corps, a group sent to help the local people, the Velari, defend their home from the enemy called the Drakari. It's a machine-like race with no feelings and no mercy. The mission had gone bad. The Drakari hit harder than anyone expected. Buildings had fallen, people were trapped, signals were jammed. Tom had lost contact with his unit hours ago. He heard a soft sound, a cough, or maybe a cry. Tom turned quickly, his boots crunching over cracked stone. Behind a large piece of wall, he found something unexpected. A Velari woman. She was lying still, half covered by rubble. Her silver skin was pale. Her eyes were closed. Blood blue and faint leaked from her side. She was badly hurt. Tom dropped to his knees beside her. "Hey," he said softly. "Can you hear me?" The woman moved her head slightly. Her voice was weak. "Go. Leave me. I'm not leaving you," Tom said. He looked around. There was no one, no medics. The battle had moved far from here. She was dying. Tom reached for his first aid kit. He tried to stop the bleeding, but her body was too different from a human's. The tools didn't work. The wound stayed open. "Hold on," Tom whispered. "You're not going to die here." The woman opened her eyes just a little. They were bright silver, like stars. "Why? Do you care?" she asked. Tom didn't answer. He looked at her wound again. Nothing he had could save her. Then he had an idea. It was crazy, it might not work. But he couldn't just watch her die. He pulled off his glove and took out a small knife. Without thinking too much, he cut a line across his palm. Red blood dripped down. The Velari woman's eyes widened. "What are you doing?" she asked, her voice now full of fear. Tom leaned over and let his blood fall into her wound. Just a few drops at first. Nothing happened. Then her skin started to glow, just faintly. The blue around her wound mixed with the red. She gasped. Her body shivered. Tom stepped back, unsure of what he had just done. The woman opened her eyes fully now. Her breathing slowed. She looked at her wound. The bleeding had stopped. "How?" she whispered. "I don't know," Tom said honestly. "I just thought maybe it could help." She sat up a little slowly. "No one has ever done that before," she said. "For us, blood is sacred. Only family shares it," Tom said, helping her sit. "Maybe we're family now." She stared at him, still confused. "Name's Tom," he said. She took a breath. "I'm Lena." The name sounded soft, like music. Didn't match the burning world around them. Tom helped her stand. She was still weak, but stronger than before. "What now?" Lena asked. "We get out of here," Tom said, "before more Drakari come." They walked through the ruins together. Tom kept his weapon ready. Lena leaned on him for support. As they moved, Tom saw more of the damage. Both human and Velari. Machines crushed, walls broken, smoke in the sky. This was not the mission he had signed up for, but it was the one he was living now. "Why did you do it?" Lena asked, as they hid under a broken bridge. "Do what?" "Give me your blood." Tom looked at her. "You were dying." "But humans and Velari are not the same." "No, we're not," Tom said. "But that doesn't mean we don't care." Lena was silent for a moment. She said, "You are." "Strange." Tom smiled a little. "I get that a lot." Lena touched her side. The wound was healing faster than normal. Her skin still glowed faintly where Tom's blood had touched her. Something was happening inside her. She didn't understand it, but she could feel it. "Your blood," she said. "It's changing me." "Is that bad?" No, asked. "I don't." "No yet." They moved again, finding an old shelter. It was quiet. Safe for now, Tom gave her water and a food pack. She ate slowly, still watching him. "You saved me," she said. "Anyone would have done it." "No," she said. "Not anyone. Only you." Tom didn't know what to say. Outside, the sun of Varnes was setting. The sky turned red and gold, lighting up the dust-filled air. In that moment, Tom and Lena sat together, not as soldier and alien, but as two people who had chosen something different. Hope, even in war, hope could grow. And it had started with a simple act. One human, one choice, one drop of blood. The wind outside the shelter was cold and dry. Small bits of ash and dust blew through the broken walls. Inside the old stone room, Tom kept watch near the doorway, his weapon resting in his lap. His eyes moved across the quiet ruins of Drakari yet. Behind him, Lena sat near a small fire. She held her hands close to the flame, though her silver skin seemed to shine without it. She looked better now, stronger than before, as the wound on her side had closed faster than anyone could have expected. She still felt weak, but something had changed deep inside her. Tom turned around. "How are you feeling?" Lena looked up at him. "Strange," she said. "My body. It is healing fast. It's too fast." Tom nodded. "I noticed." She looked at the cut on his hand. It was almost gone now, just a thin line across his palm. "That's your blood?" she asked. "Yeah, we heal quick too," Tom said. "Not this quick, though." Lena stared at him. "It was not just healing. When you gave me your blood, I felt something more. Like light, warmth, energy." Tom sat beside her. "You sure you're not just recovering from the shock?" Lena shook her head. "No, I'm not imagining it. Something is. Inside me now. Something new." They were quiet for a moment. The fire crackled softly. Outside, a distant blast echoed through the hills. Tom finally asked, "Do your people ever mix blood with others?" "Never," Lena said. "Blood is sacred to the Volari. Only family members or bonded pairs share it. Sharing blood with an outsider is forbidden." Tom raised an eyebrow. "So I broke a rule." "You broke many," Lena said, almost smiling. "But I'm alive because of it." Tom gave a small laugh. "Well, I won't tell if you won't." She smiled a little, but her thoughts were far away. "I wonder what my people will say when they find out," she said. "They might call me impure." "They'll call you alive," Tom replied. "And I think that's what matters." Lena looked at him again, but this time differently. She had fought beside humans before, but this soldier, had done something none of them had. He had risked his own life, not for a mission, but for her. She felt a strange warmth in her chest. "Tom," she said quietly, "you are not like other humans." He shrugged. "I get that sometimes." Suddenly, Lena's eyes narrowed. She turned, her head toward the broken door. Tom saw it too. A flicker of movement. He grabbed his rifle and stood. "Drakari?" he asked. Lena focused. "No. Something smaller. 2, maybe 3. Tom aimed his weapon toward the entrance. "Get ready." A few seconds passed, then 2 figures appeared. Humans, both soldiers. They raised their hands quickly when they saw Tom's weapon. Friendly. One of them called. Tom lowered his rifle. "Took you long enough." The 2 soldiers, Ravi and Ben, stepped inside. They were dusty and tired. "We've been looking for survivors," Ravi said.
The unit
"Got split after the blast." Tom pointed at Lena. "She's one of the Volari." "She's with me." Ben looked at Lena, clearly surprised. "She looks better than most of us." "She should have been dead," Ravi said. Tom didn't explain. He just said, "She's strong." Lena stood up. Her balance was steady now. Her eyes glowed faintly in the firelight. "Your men," she said. "They don't trust me." Tom nodded. "They don't know what happened." Ravi looked from Tom to Lena. "Should we radio command?" "No," Tom said quickly. "Not yet. We don't know who's listening." Ben frowned. "You think the Drakari are jamming again?" Tom nodded. "It's possible." The group stayed quiet for a while then. Lena said, "We need to leave soon. The Drakari will return." "They always do," Tom agreed. "We move at dawn." That night, they took turns watching. Tom stayed up longer than his shift, watching Lena while she rested. Her breathing was calm. She looked peaceful now, not like the woman he had found under rubble hours ago. In the morning, they moved out. The sun was pale through the smoky sky. As they walked through the broken streets, Lena moved faster than expected. Steps were quiet and smooth. She seemed more alert than even the trained soldiers. Tom noticed it too. "You're faster," he said. "Yes," Lena replied. "And my senses, they feel sharper." Ben looked at her. "What happened to you?" Lena didn't answer, but Tom did. "She changed." "That's all you need to know?" Ravi asked. "Because of your blood?" Tom nodded. "I think so." The group reached a small hill that looked down into a valley. In the distance, they saw black smoke rising from a Valari tower. It had been hit hard. Bodies lay on the ground. Some were human, some were Valar. Lena looked away. "We were too late," she whispered. Tom placed a hand on her shoulder. "We'll save who we can." Lena closed her eyes. She felt something stir deep inside, a strange energy. Fire that hadn't been there before. She looked at Tom. "Your blood carries more than life. It carries strength. Will, it is different from ours." Tom didn't know what to say. Then Lena said something that surprised them all. "I can hear your thoughts." The others looked at her, shocked. "What?" Tom asked. "Only a little," she said. "Soft feelings. Full words. But I feel them: your worry, your kindness, your hope." Ravi took a step back. "Is that normal for Valari?" "No," Lena said. "Not with humans," Ben whispered. "What is she becoming?" Lena looked at Tom. "I don't know. But I'm not the same anymore." Tom met her eyes. "We'll figure it out together." She nodded. Then they turned and walked on into the valley of smoke and fire where something new had already begun to rise. The group moved through the remains of the Valari Tower. The wind blew ash into the air. The bodies of soldiers, both human and Valari, lay still, reminders of the fight that had passed. Tom walked slowly beside Lena, watching her closely. She moved like a soldier now, strong, sharp. She climbed over rubble with ease in her eyes, scanned every corner. Something inside her had changed deeply. Ravi and Ben followed behind, whispering now and then. "She's not like the others," Ben said quietly. Ravi nodded. "She's something new." They entered the lower level of the tower. The floor was cracked, the walls half broken. Lena stepped forward, kneeling near a crushed door. She placed her hand on the ground, then looked up. "There's someone alive," she said. Tom raised his weapon. "Where?" Lena pointed to the far corner. A heavy beam had fallen, blocking the way. Without waiting, she ran toward it and pressed her hands to the metal. The beam groaned as she pushed. Slowly, it began to shift. Her arms trembled, her skin glowing faintly again. Tom stared. "She's lifting it." The beam moved just enough to show a Valari child trapped underneath, shaking with fear. Lena reached in and pulled the child out. "Carefully, it's okay," she said softly. "You're safe now." The child looked up at her with wide eyes. "You're not just Valari? You shine like fire." Lena smiled gently, brushing dust off the child's face. "I will protect." "You, Ravi, and Ben helped search the rest of the tower, but there were no more survivors. Just the small child who now held onto Lena's hand. As the group left the tower, the child spoke again. "Are you one of the old ones from the stories?" Lena looked down. "No, I'm just someone who was saved." The child pointed at Tom. "By him?" She nodded. They set up camp that evening near a ridge. The valley below was quiet. Too quiet. Drakari were moving silently now. Waiting for the right time, Lena sat away from the fire, staring up at the stars. Tom joined her, offering a water pack. "You were amazing today." Lena took it and drank. "I didn't think I could do that. I felt stronger than ever." Tom sat beside her. "Your people don't have strength like that?" "No," she said. "We use energy from the mind. But this strength that came from the body, it felt human." Tom looked at her, thinking, maybe my blood woke something up inside you. "Maybe," Lena said. "Or maybe it gave me something I didn't have before." She turned toward him. When I was trapped, I was ready to die. Then you gave me part of yourself, expecting nothing. Tom shrugged. Didn't feel right to walk away. But it changed me, she said softly. Now I feel connected to you. Even when we don't speak, I can feel your thoughts. Tom nodded. You said that before. Can you still feel them? Lena closed her eyes. Yes. Right now, you're calm, but worried. You wonder if I'm okay. And you think I'm different? Tom gave a small smile. You're right about all of that. Lena opened her eyes. Do you think I'm dangerous? Tom shook his head. I think you're powerful. But no, not dangerous. Not to me. Ravi walked over, interrupting their quiet moment. Command is looking for survivors to regroup at Base 12, he said. We should move out in the morning. Tom nodded. We'll go. Ravi looked at Lena. Is she coming with us? Yes, Tom said firmly. Ravi paused, then nodded and walked away. After he left, Lena whispered, Your people don't trust me. Give them time, Tom said. They'll see what I see. Lena looked at her hands. I feel something. More changing. It's not just strength. My mind is clearer. I can remember things faster. I learn quicker. Tom raised an eyebrow. Like what? Lena picked up a stone and tossed it gently into the fire. The way you fight? The way you think. Even your earth languages, they're becoming easier. Tom leaned back. Sounds like a gift to me. But it scares me too, she said. What if I lose who I was? Tom looked into her eyes. Then you build something better, stronger, and I'll help you. That night, as everyone slept, Lena stayed awake. She looked at her reflection in a pool of water nearby, her silver. Eyes glowed faintly. Her skin looked almost normal, but there was a red shimmer beneath the surface. She touched her face, wondering who she really was now. Suddenly, a sound made her turn. Tom was awake too, walking quietly toward her. You okay? He asked. I don't know who I am anymore, she said. Tom came closer. You're Lena. You're the woman I pulled from the rubble. You're the one who saved that child. That hasn't changed. She nodded slowly. But maybe, she said, I'm becoming more than that. Tom smiled. That's not a bad thing. Lena looked at him closely. I think your people call this evolution. Tom laughed. Yeah, that sounds about right. Then, her face became serious. Tom, if my people find out what I've become, they may not accept me. Then we'll show them, Tom said, that you're not just Valari or something new. You're someone who chose to live, someone who chose to fight. That's what matters. She looked into his eyes. You believe that? I do, Tom said, and I believe in you. For a long moment, neither of them said anything. Stars above were quiet, like ancient eyes watching a new story begin. Then Lena whispered, Thank you for everything. Tom nodded, his voice low. We're just getting started. The group moved quietly through the dense forest that covered the hills near the Valari capital. The trees were tall and strange, their leaves shining with silver light under the weak sun. Birds with bright feathers flew overhead, singing soft songs. Tom walked with Lena, who looked stronger with every step. The changes inside her were becoming clearer. She could feel it herself, a new power growing in her veins. It's a new voice in her mind. Ravi and Ben followed behind, tired but alert. We need answers, Tom said quietly. There has to be something about this blood, something in Valari. History, Lena nodded. There is an old place, a research base far from here. It holds records about my people, our past, and secrets no one talks about. Tom raised his eyebrows. Sounds like a plan. The base was hidden deep in a valley. It looked like an ancient fortress built from white stone and covered in vines. The entrance was guarded by silent machines, leftover robots from a long war. Lena moved forward without fear. Leave this to me, she said. Her skin glowed faintly as she touched a panel by the door. Machines came alive but recognized her and stepped aside. Inside, the base was dark and cold. Metal walls were lined with screens and panels, some broken, some still glowing softly. Lena led them to a room filled with old data crystals. She took one carefully and placed it in a reader. The screen lit up, showing images and words in the Valari language. "Look," she said, pointing. The screen showed a story. Long ago, the Valari had faced a terrible enemy and illness that nearly wiped them out. Their people grew weak. Their minds lost power. In their desperation, the Valari tried many things to save themselves. Some sought help from other stars. Some looked inside their own blood for answers. The story told of a prophecy, the red fire from the stars. It said that one day a gift from a distant world would come to wake the dying Valari. Lena's eyes widened. This ... must be about humans. Tom looked at the screen. "You really think my blood is that special?" Lena nodded slowly. "It carries a force we don't understand. The will to survive, the will to fight." Ravi asked, "Can that force spread?" Lena paused. "Gosh. But it is dangerous if uncontrolled. It could divide my people. Some may want to stay pure. Others will want to change." Ben frowned. "So what do we do?" Lena looked at Tom. "We must be careful, but we can use this. Not as a weapon, but as hope." Tom put a hand on her shoulder. "Hope is something worth fighting for." They spent hours in the base, learning more about the ancient Valari and the mysteries of the blood. Lena felt a new confidence. She wasn't just a weak alien saved by a human soldier. She was part of something greater now. As they left the base, night had fallen. Stars shone bright above them. Lena looked up and said, "The prophecy says a bridge between stars will come. Maybe that bridge is me." Tom smiled. "Maybe it is." Suddenly, a sharp sound echoed nearby, a warning. Tom raised his rifle. Drakari. They moved fast, hiding in the shadows. A small group of Drakari machines passed by, searching. Lena whispered, "They don't know we're here." Tom gripped his weapon. "We won't let them find us." After the Drakari left, the group hurried back to their camp, ready for the battles ahead. The sun was low in the sky, casting long shadows over the hills of Varnes. The quiet before the storm felt heavy in the air. Tom, Lena, Ravi, and Ben stood on a ridge watching the valley below. The Drakari machines were moving again, faster and more organized than before. Lena's eyes shone with determination. "They are coming for the Valari capital." Tom tightened his grip on his rifle. "We need to warn the others." The group hurried down the hill, moving quickly through the forests and rocky paths. As they neared the Valari capital, signs of battle appeared: smoke rising, broken trees, and burned ground. The Valari leaders were gathered in the capital's council chamber. They were weak and afraid. Lena stepped forward, her voice strong. "We must fight together. The Drakari are not invincible." The council members looked at her with doubt. Some whispered that Lena was changed too much, that she was no longer fully Valari. Tom stood beside her. "She saved many lives today. Her strength is our hope." But not everyone agreed. One elder spoke, "Your change is dangerous. You risk dividing us." Lena met his eyes. "I risk nothing if we don't fight." The council finally agreed to send forces to the front lines, led by Lena and Tom. The two prepared their team, mixing human soldiers with Valari warriors. Before the battle, Lena took a moment to focus. She felt the power inside her growing, the blood of a human and the soul of a Valari combined. When the Drakari arrived, they came with fire and metal. Their machines moved with speed and deadly precision. The battle was fierce. Lena led charges, her strength and speed surprising everyone. She saved soldiers on both sides. Pushing back the Drakari again and again, Tom fought beside her, inspired by her courage. Slowly, the Drakari began to retreat. After the battle, the soldiers cheered for Lena. She had become a symbol of hope, but the Valari Council was silent. They saw her power as a threat. Lena stood tall, ready to face whatever came next. The capital city of the Valari, once calm and peaceful, now buzzed. With whispers and worry, inside the great hall of the council, Lena stood tall under the glowing lights. Her silver skin shimmered with a red glow beneath. The wounds from battle were gone. Her eyes were brighter than ever. The council sat in silence. 5 elders, their faces serious. Lena, one of them said. You disobeyed our laws. Foreign blood into your body, you have changed. You're no longer one of us. Tom stood behind her, angry but calm. She fought for you. She saved your people. The elder ignored him. We'll decide her future now. Lena's voice was steady. I didn't choose to change. I chose to live. I chose to protect. Another elder leaned forward. And what if your change spreads? What if others follow you? We do not want a new race. We are Valari. Lena looked around the room. Then you will die proud and alone.
There.
With silence, Tom stepped beside her. You don't see it, do you? This isn't the end of your kind. It's the beginning of something stronger. The council said nothing. Instead, they ordered Lena to stay in the tower under guard until they made their final decision. She did not argue. That night, Tom visited Lena in the tall stone room where she waited. A small window showed the stars outside. They don't understand, Lena said. They are afraid of change. Tom sat across from her. You gave them a chance to live. That should matter. Doesn't, she said quietly. To them, I am not Valari anymore. Tom stood. Then be something new. You are not just Valari now. You are more. Lena touched the window. I feel it. I'm faster, stronger, clearer. I can see more, can hear feelings. It's not just your blood, it's your spirit, your fire. Tom nodded. That's what makes humans fight when everything seems lost. Maybe that's what your people need now. Just then, the room shook. A loud alarm rang through the capital. Tom rushed to the door. What was that? A voice called out. The Drakari are attacking. They've broken through the outer gates. Guards opened Lena's door. She didn't wait for permission. She ran toward the sound of danger. Tom close behind her. Outside, fire lit up the sky. Drakari machines moved through the streets, firing their weapons, destroying buildings. Valari warriors tried to stop them, but were losing ground. The council's tower was next. Lena ran into the fight. She moved like lightning, using her hands, feet, and mind to strike back at the machines. She could see weak spots. She could feel the timing of their moves. Tom took position beside her, firing with calm precision. The Valari soldiers stopped and stared. Some joined her. Others watched in awe. Lena jumped onto a Drakari walker and ripped open its armor. The machine exploded, falling to the ground. Her power was unstoppable. The council, watching from above, finally saw the truth. This was not a curse, this was the fire they had forgotten. After hours of fighting, the Drakari pulled back. The city was damaged, but not lost. In the silent streets, Lena stood, covered in dust and sweat, but still strong. Her eyes glowed softly. The council came down to meet her. The elder who had judged her before stepped forward. We were wrong, he said. You did not bring weakness. You brought hope. Lena looked at them calmly. I didn't fight to be accepted. I fought because it was right. Tom came forward.
Oh.
She's more than Valari now. She's proof that together human and alien we can become something greater. The elder bowed his head. Then let this be our new path. A path where blood is not a wall, but a bridge. The other council members nodded. Lena said nothing. She only looked at the stars again. Somewhere out there, the enemy would rise again. But now they were ready. The fires in the capital had gone out. The broken towers were being rebuilt. Soldiers walked the streets not with fear but with pride. The great battle had passed and the Valari had survived. Tom stood on the high balcony of the tower looking. At the soft orange sky of Varnes, the sun was rising slowly. The wind carried the smell of clean air and blooming trees behind him. Footsteps echoed. It was Lena. She wore a new uniform, half armor, half robes, something that combined Valari tradition. In human style. Her silver skin still shimmered, but now the soft red glow beneath it was steady. Her eyes looked calm but strong. You're up early, she said with a small smile. Tom turned and nodded. Couldn't sleep. Too much on my mind. They stood side by side, watching the sky. Lena spoke softly. The council has agreed. A new alliance will be formed. Not just a peace treaty, but a shared future. Tom looked at her. It's because of you. She shook her head. It was because of us. You gave me your blood.
Out.
You gave me your fire. Without that moment, I wouldn't be here. Tom smiled a little. You gave me something too, Lena. You reminded me why we fight, to protect life, not just win battles. They stood in silence for a while. Then Lena turned toward him. Some Valari want to accept the change, she said. They want to join the path I've taken. Others still fear it. But at least now, they have a choice. Tom asked. Is it safe? Sharing human blood like that? We will do it carefully, she said. Only those who are ready. Only those who understand. Tom nodded. Good. Lena hesitated for a moment, then spoke. The council offered me a position. Leader of the Unity program. I would guide both human and Valari teams, not just for defense, but for exploration. Education and peace. That sounds important, Tom said. It is, she replied. But I don't want to do it alone. Tom looked at her. What are you saying? Lena took a deep breath. I want you to stay here, Tom. Not as a soldier, but as my partner. Tom was quiet. The wind blew gently between them. Then he asked, Are you sure? A year ago we didn't even know each other, I'm sure, Lena said. When you gave me your blood, something changed, not just in my body, but in my heart. I felt your courage, your kindness, your strength. I don't want to lead without you. Tom gave a small laugh. Well, when you say it like that, how can I say no? Lena smiled. So, you'll stay? I'll stay, he said. But I want one thing. What's that? He turned toward her fully. No more saving me from giant robots. I need to keep my pride. She laughed. It was light and real, a sound of peace after so much war. Later that day, the city gathered for a public meeting. Valarian humans stood side by side in the central square. The council came forward and raised a new symbol, a silver circle with a red flame inside it. It's the sign of unity, the elder spoke. Today, we begin a new chapter. The Valari and humans will no longer stand apart. Together, we will protect life, seek knowledge, and honor courage. This was made possible by two people, one from Earth and one from Varnus, who chose each other over fear. Lena and Tom stepped forward. People cheered, some held hands, some cried. The Valari child Lena had saved in the ruins waved from the crowd. Soldiers from both sides clapped and smiled. Tom leaned toward Lena. Do you ever think about how strange this all is? Lena smiled. Every day, but I wouldn't change it. In the weeks that followed, the Unity program began. Humans and Valari worked together to rebuild cities, train soldiers, and study medicine. Some Valari, with permission and guidance, accepted the blood-sharing ritual. Carefully, slowly. Each time, Lena sat with them. She told them the truth about fear, about change, and about strength. Some chose not to take that path, and that was respected. The future was not one of force but of choice. Tom became a key leader in training both races. He taught human tactics, but also listened to Valari wisdom, he said. You can't build trust with weapons. You build it with time. One night, after a long day of work, Lena and Tom walked together through a quiet garden near the capital. The stars above were clear. Lena looked up and said, There's more out there. Tom nodded. There always is. I want to go, she said. Someday, with you. Tom smiled. We'll go. Together. They stopped at the edge of a pond. The water reflected the stars in their faces. Lena turned to him. Do you ever think about the moment it all started? Tom nodded. I remember it every day. You were lying under rubble. You looked like you were fading, and you gave me your blood, she whispered. You didn't know what would happen. Tom's? The voice was quiet. I just knew I couldn't let you die. Lena reached for his hand. I didn't just live because of you, she said. I became something new. And because of that, so did my people. Tom held her hand gently. I think, he said, sometimes the smallest choice becomes the biggest change. They stood like that, Under the stars, by the water, two souls, two worlds. Now one path.